Hello, all. Welcome to our YouTube channel and welcome to the series Dream Vacations. Last time we discussed London, and this time we are going to be discussing Switzerland. Going back to London, one of the reasons I was very excited to go to London was DDLJ, if you remember. And this is again the same reason why I was so excited about Switzerland. I mean, not just DDLJ, right? A lot of the Yash Chopra films, Dar, and many other films, Switzerland became famous because of Yash Chopra. I remember many Indians started visiting Switzerland because of Yash Chopra and because of Shah Rukh Khan. And I think some of the places had the maximum number of Indian tourists, right, Afri? This was the year 2015, just a year back. Afrin had moved to Germany. After 2014, in 2015, we did London and Switzerland back to back. I know Kashmir, we had been to Kashmir before, and that was also extremely beautiful. But Switzerland is because of the snow and because of, you can see Afrin's background, right? I mean, this is one of the best pictures of Switzerland. So it's just
So,
mesmerizing beauty. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, apart from the landscape and the beauty, the first thing that comes to mind about Switzerland itself is like precision. They are known for their clocks and their watches. They have the best in the world. They are known for their chocolates. They're also known for their
yes.
banks.
Banks, yes. Who can forget banks?
Yeah, basically, Indian movies and Yash Chopra ji have made Switzerland like the go-to place, like almost paradise. Like it is paradise. There is no doubt.
Absolutely. So let's start talking about it. I'm going to share my presentation as usual. Okay, so the first slide that you see is of the place where we were living. And Afrin, you want to go into details about that?
We were living in Zurich. This was my first time planning Switzerland, and we were going to cover almost half of Switzerland. It was very tough to choose where exactly to stay, so I just chose based on Germany to Zurich flight was like $50. So I was like, okay, in $50 we are going to reach Zurich, and we will make that our base to travel everywhere. We had a golden pass, which was like $750 either per person or for both of us for the entire 7 days, and you could use that golden pass for railway pass for every single train in Switzerland. You did not have to buy another ticket anytime, so that was great. And we based our house in Zurich, and it was a little away from the Zurich station, and that was because I faced like 10 rejections from Airbnbs, which was our preference over hotels, so that we get to know the locals and we talk to them. And but this was a couple from South Africa who had relocated to Switzerland. They were working there, and it was their house. It was a bungalow, beautiful bungalow. They had a dog named Xena. It came
Yeah.
from Princess Xena, the warrior Princess Xena video game. And the room was beautiful. It was her daughter's room that she was now renting out because Switzerland was super expensive to maintain. It was in the same locality as Tina Turner, who was like
Yeah.
one of the biggest superstars, rock singers, pop singers of the world. And Oprah Winfrey had come to her wedding, and all those stories came from the owner of the house. And they had this table tennis in the garden, and table tennis is one of my favorite games. So I'm pretty good at it, so it was good. The elephants was gifted to her by some Indian friends. It was lovely staying with them. The only problem that we faced on the first night was we would like roam around the entire day, and we are late starters. We don't get up at 7 in the morning to
Yeah.
start roaming around. So we would get up late. So then we would come back late, like 10 and all, and they would sleep early. So after the first day, the next day they were like, we need to have a talk. I was like,
Yeah.
that's scary, right? When you're living with a person. So we're like, what? And
And
then
her husband was a work from home husband, even back then as well. Yeah. And it was the husband who spoke to us. Yeah. Tell me.
yeah, the husband said that we made a lot of noise. We were flushing toilets, and that's not even allowed in Switzerland to flush toilets after 10. I'm like, what
It
the hell are we
seems
talking
the
about?
when you flush the toilet, the water goes through the pipes, which is all across the house apparently, and they can hear it. I mean, so we are not allowed to flush the toilets in the night.
We actually Googled this. We Googled, is there a rule in Switzerland not to flush toilets after 10? And apparently that's a like kind of a rule. Like I was like flabbergasted, like what the hell? And we were so scared after the first night. And we would actually not flush when we would come back late at night. We stopped flushing. And we were like in the morning, I don't know if it's going to stink or not, but yeah, that
And
was our
not to
story.
close the latch on the door of the toilet or anything because that used to make a sound. A lot of these rules. And I think one
Yeah,
thing
we
that
would
you're
whisper
missing,
while talking. It was hilarious. Like, so after that, we decided not to take Airbnb. If the landlord is also living in the same house, we would take
yeah,
a separate entrance and separate floor or whatever. Like, that was our learning. But yeah, so I would say stay in a
There is
hotel.
one more thing that you missed. So the dog, right? Both of us are super scared of dogs, me and my wife after. And initially, we were even in 2 months if we should leave the place because they had a dog. And what, but somehow, we decided, okay, it may be difficult to leave. We don't have options. And I remember the first day, uh, we kind of, tried to stay away from the dog or run away when she would come near us. After that, the dog started behaving with a lot of attitude. It was funny. When we would come inside the house, she would move away from us and she would go into a small house. They had built a small place for her to sleep and all. She would move into that. And even when we would come down in the morning or any time, she would be like, I don't care about you. If you are not going to be caring about me, I don't care about you. But it was funny and cute. I love the dog, but I'm scared, right? And so are you. That was also something that was a little funny and interesting detail, right?
The only situation where we actually lived with a dog and survived.
Yes.
And please don't judge us for that.
Yes, we love dogs. I genuinely love dogs. I'm sure my wife does too. But we are scared of them.
I love chickens and I eat them.
Okay, so this is. I want to start talking
Wait,
about it.
wait. So the first day we arrive in Zurich and we
Hmm.
get down from the train and then we plan like Karthik is like, no, we'll not cook today. The reason we used to take Airbnb because we didn't like food anywhere in Europe. So we would cook our own food. We would carry turmeric, chili,
Yes.
fenugreek, mustard seed, or tadka. It was hilarious. Our carry-on luggage would actually be the entire masala that would carry poha, sabudana, that cook in the morning. So yeah, that was hilarious. So we would
I
take,
remember eating a lot of broccoli this trip,
yeah,
right?
this time I used to cook pasta and put broccoli and bell pepper in it, and you hated it. You got tired of it. You're like, every
But I
day.
used to eat a lot of broccoli then because, yeah, in spite
So
of me
anyways,
eating
the
it.
first day, the story is that the first day we arrive in Zurich, we are tired. And Karthik used to come from India, so he would be jet lagged as well. And then we were in the train. We took the train from airport to the house. And then we got on from the train. We slept a little bit, and Karthik said, no, no cooking today. We'll go out for dinner. The dinner was like $70, $80. So Karthik was like, oh, it's not like Germany where you could finish dinner in $10, $20. So that was a lesson learned. And when maybe we were preparing for the next day, and I'm like, where is the DSLR camera? And so we figured we lost the camera, and that was a big loss, maybe $1,200
Yeah.
or something. So next day, day two, is when we went to the lost and found section, and they're like, "Oh, lost and found is like very common. There's something in the air in Switzerland which makes you forget about everything. You're so enamored by everything that you see. It's so beautiful that yeah, you're just like looking around, you forget all this stuff. Like, so what happened was like I became so conscious about losing stuff that I would, whenever somebody would get up, I would just, look at their seats whether they had left something behind. And there were numerous instances where I would tell people, shout at people, hey, you left your diary that you were writing in just now. Hey, you left your jacket. Hey, you left your bag. It was consistently people were losing stuff. Like I was so surprised because I was not that conscious in any of the other trips because we never lost anything. But
Right.
so something in Switzerland air like makes you forget everything. And there is a store in Zurich where they sell lost items. Like it's a big store. We should have gone there
Okay.
probably, but it's
We
so
could have
funny.
got our camera back maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so the day two is when we went to Mount Pilatus, and it's the steepest cog wheel in the world, and it's like 48 degrees of inclination. And so we went up. It's absolutely beautiful. The view is stunning, absolutely stunning. You will not get tired
Hmm.
of the view. So I was actually sitting right behind the driver of the cogwheel train and taking pictures. It's a must see. So guess what happened there? We were sitting in
I.
the restaurant and Karthik
Okay.
Karthik had his iPad in a plastic bag and he just left it. And we came down from the mountain and I was like, where's the iPad? It's like, oh shit, left it. So we go to the ticket office and they say they have found it, but like to go to the mountain, there are two ways to go. One could be the north side, the east side, something like that. Two different stations and two ways to go up the mountain. So we were at a different ticket office and somebody had returned it to a different ticket office, but which was closed. We could not have
Hmm.
picked it up the same day. So next day we go to the ticket office, we get our iPad, and when we open it, we see photos of the people who actually returned it. Kate, can you show the?
Yeah, I will have to jump to that. Yes, this
Yeah.
is the picture.
Yeah. So
It's
these
one
are
of the pictures. I
the
think they kept 15 pictures of themselves
yeah,
in our iPad.
yeah.
And before
So
returning, they thought, they should. I would like to search them maybe through Google search. We never got a chance to thank them, right? But
yeah.
it was great that they, submitted it to the Lost and Found office. They could have just left it.
University of
But
Chicago. See on the shirt
oh yes, they should be
for the
nearby.
first time. Yeah.
Yes,
So pretty cool.
right.
These guys were cool and they returned our iPad. They didn't steal it and sell it to some store or something. So cool
Yeah.
guys.
At least we didn't lose two things in our trip
Same.
to Switzerland. Right, exactly. And I think the next day you bought a new DSLR, right?
I did.
Was it on? Yeah,
So
right.
this was Mount Pilatus, and this is the view from the top. Absolutely stunning. And there are many stories about dragons around Mount Pilatus. And
But
one of
before
the
that,
stories,
I mean, we have a picture next. But before that, this is the picture of me buying this cowbell. I bought it, right? Or did I not?
I think it was like more than $100, so we didn't buy.
Oh, okay.
Got a
But I
small.
don't. Yeah, I have the cowbell from DDLJ. We got it as a. In fact, Afreen got it as a gift. It was a very weird story. DDLJ and its 500th week, we saw it in Maratha Mandir. Yash Chopra came to watch the movie with us. So the crowd just, there was a lot of crowd and they started pushing, and that was an untoward incident. Afreen was very upset. And then we watched the movie again in a regular multiplex theater because in its 500th week, it was running in many theaters. And one particular seat number was picked to get a special gift, and that was Afreen's seat. And she got this cowbell from DDLJ with the name and everything written. So that's the cowbell that we got eventually. But I think this in this place I found this cowbell. I wanted to buy it, but we didn't. But I think we bought a smaller one. You said right? Cool. So I
Yes.
just wanted to finish this cowbell story DDLJ reference. Now you can talk about the story that is in the next picture. Yeah.
So around Mount Pilatus on the top, you will see numerous stories on boards written over there. And one of the stories was that a man had fallen inside a deep cavern, and there were two dragons, and it was winter, and they were hibernating. So the dragons did not eat him up, but they let him live with him, and they would lick a stone, and that would give them energy, and they could hibernate through winter. So the man also started licking the boulder, and he survived the entire winter. And when summer came, the dragon flew away, and the other dragon kind of let him ride on his back and take him back home. So they were supposed to be good dragons, and the legend is that they are still alive and they are helpful dragons. And those are some of the stories around Mount Pilatus. If you're interested in them, go ahead and read them when you visit that.
Absolutely. And I'm trying to act as if I'm scared of it biting me. It's thing on
But they are the
display.
good ones, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. So I think with regards to the pictures of Mount Pilatus, these are the ones that we have. I think some of them are pretty mesmerizing when you actually see them on
Yeah.
our Instagram page and all.
Summer in Switzerland is beautiful.
Okay. So we move from Mount Pilatus. This is, do you have anything? This is just a beautiful house that you took picture of, right?
Yeah, I used to love this architectural style with shutters on the side, and it's a huge house. Look at that house. I wonder who lives there, but it was so
Yeah.
beautiful. I had to take a picture. I was matching the green shutter with my green skirt, so
Yes. Okay. Now the next picture, yeah, we have already shown you this picture. This is Lucerne, right?
yeah.
Okay. So Lucerne, Lake Lucerne. So extreme left, Lake Lucerne, all of them are Lake Lucerne. But there are stories about these two pictures. One with the line in it, if you can see. Not sure if the people would be able to see it, but I think it'll look deep. It's on the right top corner, behind on
The
the
Dying
cave.
Lion of Lucerne is a monument built as a tribute to 500 soldiers who were guarding King Louis XVI or something. And it's a monument dedicated to 500 soldiers who lost their lives. They were part of the Swiss army who was guarding the king, and it is meaningful to Swiss people because 500 soldiers lost their lives. The Dying Lion has a emblem written there to the loyalty and bravery of the Swiss. So it's the place to see in Lucerne. That's the chapel bridge. It's a wooden bridge and it is covered with flowers on both the sides. Absolutely beautiful. People just walk from one end to the other and take a picture there. But it's
Yeah, so this
absolutely
is the
stunningly
picture.
beautiful.
The one that she's talking about is the one right below the line picture.
This is day 3. This is where we went to Mount Rigi and stunning views from the top.
Now this is Bern. Now we have a lot of stories about Bern. The guy on the left, his name is Soham, right?
Yeah.
Yes. and he was like a tour guide, and there was a lot to see here, right? And if you see, it's written Rickshawallah, right? And
Yeah, when we reached Bern, we were a little lost because we always get tours to understand where we are. We are not people who just
yeah,
go and come back from a place. We like to learn where we are and take a little bit of history and architecture in. As we were looking a little lost, this guy comes over and he says he will charge a certain amount and give us a tour. And so we were happy, but it was pretty steep. But looking at an Indian who's there,
yeah.
we said okay, fine. And he, instead of 1 hour, I think he gave us a 2 hour tour. And turns out that a girl from Switzerland fell in love with him when she came to India. She got him back in Switzerland. Now he's a citizen. His
Oh
life is
wow, I
settled.
didn't remember this story. Nice.
Ekdam filmy story. So he was a lot of fun. He was knowledgeable, so that's the good thing. And he told us that the city of Bern was founded by Duke Berchtold, and he named the city based on the first animal that he killed, which was a bear. And I think in Swiss German it's called Bern. So that's how the name of
Mm.
the city was formed. This is the famous Zytglogge clock. So Swiss people are known for the precision of the clock, and that's why Swiss clocks are famous. And this clock is an entire spectacle. A huge crowd gathers every hour because there is a
Mhm.
whole drama around it. Like a lot of things happen, and you should go and experience it. And this is in the Bern town center. So
Yes.
there was a picture in the previous slide where there are like 26 flags for the
Yeah,
26 states
I
of
think I have a picture
Switzerland.
separately. I'm showing that picture now. Yeah.
This one.
Hmm.
So 26 flags for 26 states of Switzerland. A lot of so in the sentence. This
Yeah.
is the oldest pharmacy founded in 1571
Yeah,
that exists in
1571.
Switzerland, in Bern. And apotheke is another word for pharmacy in Swiss German, I guess, and in German as well. So, yeah, that's the photo we took.
Okay.
This is a
I have
old
a
courthouse,
basket.
and on one side, Karthik is standing because he's guilty, and I'm on the other side, the non-guilty side. So the reason I'm saying that he's guilty is because above him is a statue of a person whose mask is off. That means, he's been unmasked. The truth has been unmasked, and he's been found guilty. And the my side is a statue of a person who is stabbing a serpent. So I'm the non-guilty person who has killed the bad in the world.
Ah,
Very appropriate
okay.
to our real life.
Absolutely. Yay, Einstein. Einstein fans, this is where he used to live, right?
Yeah, it's
And
called Einstein House. It's at Kramgasse 49. He lived there from 1903 to 1905. So people take pictures outside of Einstein House.
this is the door, right? It's a very
No,
interesting
that's
door.
a.
No.
They used to have this underground cellar kind of stuff to put firewoods. So throughout Bern, all the streets have this. Now they just use it as storage. But in the old days,
Okay.
apparently, it was used to store firewood for
Okay.
fireplaces. This is,
The Parliament House, right?
yeah,
Apparently.
something.
And it's in Bern.
Yeah, this was the last stop probably in Bern.
Yes. So Bern is a nice place. It's a city type of place, and if you meet Soham, please use his rickshaw and travel around. He'll give
Shout
you
out to
nice
Soham.
details about the city. So all the things that Rafrin is saying, I think she got it from him, right? Almost.
Yeah, everything.
Good. This
This is
is
the king who used to eat children because he used to think that it will stop him from aging. So that's the statue. Scary, scary statue.
a
I
lot
hope
of
it was
geo.
just a
I
legend.
feel like there are a lot of GOT stories there. You have a dragon, good dragon, then you have king who eats. I know, but it feels like it's a GOT story.
Oh, Game of Thrones story. I thought you were saying
Yes,
Juti story.
GOT. Yeah, Game of
Day
Thrones. Yeah.
five. Day five, we were supposed to go to Rhine Falls. So we get up. Karthik is lazy as usual. I have to pull his ass and say, "Chalo, let's go, let's go." So we go to the train station, and Coca-Cola has its 100th year promotion. They built some huge structure in the train station. Karthik spends an hour there, like irritating me to death. What the hell? Like, we are in Switzerland. Why are you so enamored by Coca-Cola? So imagine
I got a
we,
bottle with my name in it and my
where is
picture
it
as well,
now?
right?
Where is it?
I don't remember that, but it's there in the picture. We have a photo of it. I'm not sharing it here. Maybe I'll share it later. I'll add. In my editing, I'm going to add that
So we were
picture.
supposed to go to two places, Munster Fort and Rhine Falls,
Hmm.
and we went to not Munster, sorry, Munot. Munot. It's a round fort. Nothing
So
much to
it
see. We
is
had
the photo which is
we
there in
reached at like
between.
7:45. They just let us go to the top and come back. We don't have any stories about that, but it's just a round shaped fort. And then we reached Rhine Falls at 9 p.m. Nobody's there. No, not a single
In
person.
fact, even how we reached there, I think someone gave us a lift, right?
Someone
Because
gave
we
us a
used
lift,
to.
and we reached there, and there was not a single person there. Ticket window was closed. We were like, we can't even go in, but we just went through the barrier. It let us through, like there was no problem. Nobody was stopping us. So then it was still evening, because sunset is around 11 p.m. sometimes in Europe. So yeah, from the pictures you can see it's quite a lot of daylight. So it was. There is this balcony jutting out almost into the rainfall. You can touch the water, and it's tons of water. It is not like little bit of water. So it was.
Yeah,
It was
you can
very.
see Afin just behind. No, this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
me,
this
right?
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
just behind you,
yeah.
correct. Yeah, it
And
was.
I think we are able to touch the water from
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
right?
You can feel the water. Yeah, the spray of water. It is scary and thrilling and unlike anything you have ever seen. And so many balconies that they had built, because the second picture on the bottom side, it looks as if it's right behind me. Like if that structure was not there, I would not be able to stand there because it's
Mm.
just water flowing through you, flowing under you and over you. So exciting, must go for me. Rhine Falls as well.
Yeah, and while returning, I think we got a ride again. And apparently they
While
were planning their
returning,
wedding or something, right?
yeah, there was a hotel there on the falls and young couple, right? So I was like, how do we go back? And they said, just hop in our car, we'll drop you to the train station. So and they told us that he proposed and we are getting married here. And I was like, oh my God, what a dream wedding. And then at the end, when they dropped us, Karthik was like, do you know which car you sat in? I was like, no. And he was like, it was a Jaguar. I was like, huh? Who did we meet? Some millionaires? But yeah, they were kind people.
Yeah. Okay, so we go to Jungfrau, which is the highest, right? Highest peak in the
Top
world?
of Europe. They keep
Europe.
advertising it as top of Europe on every drink that they serve and every cookie that they serve and every structure they put it there, top of Europe. So I'm not sure. But it was my birthday and Karthik had decided
June 26th. Yeah, sorry.
that we will also eat lunch there. It was super expensive, like $100 or something. But when we were going through the picture, do you have the picture, Karthik?
Yeah, I'm going to show that. But before that, extreme left, I'm trying to do a Shahrukh pose. These are the pictures you're talking about, I think.
Yeah. But you don't have the picture of the lunch. It looked like an Indian lunch. So
Yeah,
there was
there was a papadam and all in it.
yeah, and
Yeah,
rice.
rice.
So I guess the lunch was good.
Yeah, we have Chennai Express, Shah Rukh Khan. In Switzerland, Jungfrau, you see Shah Rukh Khan from Chennai Express. So I'm sure that they had some Indian food as well. And
View is so
yeah,
stunning behind us. Just mountains and snow, nothing else. No population, no houses. Just if
right.
you were lost there, then you're lost. Like, you're not coming back from that. Yeah, the visibility was zero
Yeah,
from certain mountains. So stunning. This
I
bridge was
like some
pretty
of the
scary because
pictures. Yeah.
again built on a cliff and it was just that nothing underneath it. It was
Yeah.
just a tunnel built of ice inside Jungfrau. They tried to make some kind of museum, some point of interest. I think those are bears made up of ice and stuff. So
Mm.
just some pictures from Jungfrau.
Yeah, Maslina's posing.
Jungfrau, top of Europe.
Okay, this is my all-time favorite picture clicked by Afin. And I think I mean, this is such a clear picture. And I think the camera was really great. I think even through iPhone, we don't get such pictures. So I just
Yeah.
love this picture of mine,
Some
and that's
places
the only
also
reason.
make you look beautiful. Like our picture at Jungfrau was one of my favorites. Yeah. This is a stunning view from the train. I think since it was from a moving train, I got scolded for, I don't know, standing up and taking pictures, but it was so stunning. I could not have missed it. And many people have put this photo online and it just says from a moving train. That's what it says. So I later searched and it said Lake Spiez, Spiez. So, I mean, if somebody wants to make it a part of their itinerary, they should because oh my God, this is unreal. This is just paradise. Like whoever lives in that house next to it,
Mhm.
oh my God, like it's heaven, heaven on earth.
I agree with you on that.
So I just zoomed into that billboard there and I found that this is Lake Brienz, Brienz. And again, another like color and there were resorts around. We didn't, it's taken from a moving train again. But yeah, look at the color. It's so picturesque. It's picture perfect. The grass, the color of the water, the houses, everything is clean. Everything is no, nothing in the water floating around. It's clean. I mean, it's part of the experience that not only it's beautiful, but it's kept beautiful and clean.
So please do make it a part of the itinerary as mentioned by Asmi. We didn't, but we
Because
could
we
click
were
some
going through
pictures.
a train ride, but if you are taking a car to go around, this could be one of the stops.
Hmm. Yep. Same place, right?
Hmm?
Lake Brienz.
Mhm.
Okay, now we come to Stad. So before Afrin goes into the story of the right-hand side picture, I'll just say that Stad is one of the shooting locations in DDLJ. The whole song Zara Sa Jhoom Loon Mein was shot in this place. It's got some costliest shops in Switzerland, and it's also supposed to be a place where big superstars have their second
It's
home or,
Karina
you
Kapoor's
know,
favorite destination for vacation.
okay, yeah. So Stad is a place that reminded me of DDLJ. And now you can talk about the picture on the right-hand side with the
There is a picture with me sitting at the duck. So Julie Andrews, who is the star of Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, she married Blake Edwards. I think he was a writer, and they are settled in Switzerland, a big, beautiful house. And they were made citizens in 2014, so I just a year before, citizen of the municipality of Sanin. So
Mm.
just nearby, I think. So she gifted Star this sitting duck as a honorary gift for making her a citizen of that place.
Wow.
So I love Julie Andrews. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a picture.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is. I mean, it's not looking very clear, but it's written there. Blake Edwards, Sitting Duck, a gift
A gift for
with
Star,
love
just
from
love
Julie
from
Andrews
Julie
and
Andrews
Blake
and Blake
Edwards.
Edwards. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so the next stop is Sanin. Once again, people who are a big fan of DDLJ would immediately remember the word. This is the place where Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol have a lot of movements between them. The Sanin station. They're talking to each other and all. And it's over here, this bridge that you see on the right hand side, that Shah Rukh Khan uses his famous words, palat, palat. Once again, very fortunate to have visited this particular place, Sanin, and this is going to remain in my memory forever, right? So I'm extremely delighted to have had this moment. Now, this is the place, Saner Hof, right? Where the whole unit, Yash Chopra, Kajol, Shahrukh, all of them lived here when they were shooting in Sanin. This is where they lived. On the right hand side, you have the picture of the interiors. We had our lunch there, right? I think one of our meals over there. And so once again, great memories.
One
This
thing
was
I
my
remember
moment.
was there were
Yeah,
a lot of flies, so
yeah.
I was complaining. Flies here, I could not believe that in a Western country, like the top tier country. And he was like, "Yeah, it's summer. Like, what's the big deal?" I thought, what would be the reaction of somebody coming to India and complaining about flies? We would be so apologetic, and it was like, deal with it. Like, we don't care. You take a train ride to Zermatt, and Zermatt is transport free, like four-wheeler free. Only the hotel owners and people living there are allowed to have their cars in the town. And it's famous for Matterhorn mountain because that used to be on the Toblerone chocolate. Yeah,
Let me show the Toblerone chocolate here. You
yeah,
see the mountain? Yeah.
yeah. So it's a beautiful place, absolutely stunning, pollution free. And we live in a chalet. A chalet is just a house made up of wood all around. So it's a very different kind of experience. We were so far from Zurich that we decided to stay the night there and come back the next day because Zurich was our base for everything. So very different experience. Any place which is car free is always
We
uh,
walked in the night, right? I remember we took a walk in the night and we
yeah, because we
saw the
reached the
shops and
previous
all.
day, we stayed over, and next day we visited the Matterhorn, and yeah, we saw all the shops and all. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was
It is,
beautiful.
yeah, it was a beautiful
Pollution free.
town, and I think I remember walking in on that street, so that's very much etched in my memory. Yeah, once again, a place that's very quiet and pollution and sound pollution
Unique, right?
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the view. This is exactly, I mean, people who must have eaten Toblerone chocolates would remember the shape of this on their chocolate. But apparently, they've asked them to remove it, right?
Yeah, it seems in 2023, the Toblerone was asked to remove it because they moved the production from Switzerland to Slovakia. So they were like, "This is our national icon. You cannot have it
Mm-hmm.
on the chocolate anymore." So that was the story I read on BBC News on Instagram. So I thought, wow. I wanted to show the map here because this is the map of Switzerland, and we traveled from Zurich till Zermatt. So that is more than half the country that we visited. And you can see we went from Zurich to Lucerne, Lucerne to Bern, and
Mm-hmm.
Interlaken and Jungfrau. You have to go to Interlaken station and then go to Jungfrau. So I read later, because we used to travel a lot in the train. So I read later that Interlaken is a good base. So you stay in Interlaken and then you go either side, to the Zurich side,
Mm.
to the Bern side, and because that's like half the distance instead of traveling from Zurich all the way to Zermatt. And that's why we had to stay overnight in Zermatt. So we missed Geneva and we missed Montreal. We
Mm.
had like an 8-day trip, and we still, because of the train rides, we could not cover everything. But it was nothing short of visiting paradise. It is my most favorite vacation till date. If I had to go back to only one place in Europe, if that was my only option, I would go to Switzerland and do the rest of the Switzerland, the Lake Como and all those, Italian side of it.
Yeah.
Zermatt actually is a mountain which is on the border of Italy and Switzerland. Absolutely, like it's paradise on earth, no doubts about it. And we missed Mount Titlis. That's where Shah Rukh Khan's statue or
Yeah. So she just
cutouts
told
are
me
there.
before we started the
I didn't
podcast.
know, so I went to Mount Riga and what is it, Mount Pilatus, and we were tired of mountains. So I was like, let's give Titlis a miss. Absolute paradise on earth. Absolutely my number one location in terms of nature and how beautiful it is. And everything is convenient. People are nice, people are kind.
Yes, for me also Switzerland is one of my favorite places in Europe. I would say after Paris, I would rate Switzerland as the next favorite place. London is also there, but London is very, very city-like, right? This has got the city feel like Zurich is more of a city, and then these Alps, these beautiful mountains, and the views from those
Yeah, for
mountains.
nature, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you again, Afreen, for your views and for this podcast. It's great that we are doing this for the people who would love to visit these places and get to know a little more about the place, the history of
Yeah.
the place. Yep.
Yeah. These things are etched in my mind forever, and I'm glad to relive it for our audience. So, yeah, keep watching and subscribe to our channel.
Thank you. Thanks again, guys, and thank you, Afreen. Bye.